What's up, friends, and welcome back to this quick little check of Devblog 117, named equipment. So last week we looked at the first announcement for the barbarians, but this, I don't think it's just equipment for the barbarians, because these aren't barbarian specific weapons. Okay, so chasing after named items can be fun and a driving motivator in the later parts of a campaign. At the same time, things can always be improved, and so we're doing some tweaks on both how named items are placed and what stats they can and cannot have. And while we're at it, we're adding more named variants of existing equipment and filling in some blank spots. Let's take a look. As nice as it is to have named equipment, not every piece you fought a hard battle over is always a satisfying reward. With weapons in particular, there's quite a difference in how useful individual stats are, and therefore how good a named weapon actually is. We want to keep different levels of quality between items, but we're tweaking what stats those items can have over their common counterparts, and we're also introducing several new potential stats. All this is to make sure that named items will always be better than their common counterparts in some significant way, and that named items feel more unique, both of which will make for a more satisfying treasure hunt. To offer you a broader collection to hunt for and claim as your own, the upcoming 1.3 update will also add various new named variants of existing armors. Ooh. One faction that didn't have named equipment until now are the Ancient Dead. That's about to be rectified. The image below shows some of the upcoming named weapons, alongside their common counterparts, that can be taken both from Ancient Dead locations and from the cold dead hands of your vanquished opponents. Oh my word, look at, the thing is, I've never really made much use of these named dead items with the exception of the War Scythe, because it's just bonkers good how you can use that reap in an area. The Kopesh has always been kind of meh. I mean, I've liked its armor damage potential, but it's a single target weapon, and it's also the problem that the Crypt Cleaver has had. The thing is though, if there's going to be a named version of it, the stats could be way big enough that you can quite easily see yourself one or even two-shotting or even one-shotting some enemies. For me, the big thing about the cleavers is the way you can use that decapitate ability to finish someone off. So I'm just imagining a guy who has berserk and good melee stats. You smash someone with a cleaver, inflict a gruesome wound, which almost certainly will give them a wound. I wonder then if you have, that's something I need to test, would Executioner apply extra damage to the decapitate skill? Because now this is the strongest argument for having a dedicated cleaver fighter with a two-handed cleaver, because the AoE morale shatter of decapitating someone is huge. And I mean, as good as bullmen are, the downside to the normal War Scythe was its very low strength stats. Like, I mean, it would break quite easily, but this named variant looks like it's going to do more damage and be more hardy. And that looks very cool as well. It's like a Chris almost. A Chris on the end of a pole. And likewise, the downside to this Ancient Dead pike was its durability, but that looks like it's going to have more durability, and that'll be a nice armor solution for a bullman. And as you've learned last week, barbarians will not only come with their own weapons and armor, but named variants of their top tier weapons as well. While all of the above additions will be part of the free update, the new weapon below will be part of the Warriors of the North DLC. Look at that mace! That looks so cool. Oh, and a named axe and a cleaver. Fuck, that's cool. Upvote. Upvote. Yes. Okay, must be logged in. Fair enough. There's not a whole lot in this devblog, but the two things I take away from it is that we're going to start seeing new named items before the main DLC drops. I think this upcoming 1.3 update will be before the main Warriors of the North update. You can never have too many named items. Love them. And the mention of the unique stats is something that I find super, super interesting. I can imagine it would be something like on a helm, you know, X amount of less damage on a hit to the head, or maybe even some of these stats some of these armors will buff certain stats. And I love the idea of it adding a unique element to a brother, you know, because sometimes you'll get a named item and it's kind of like meh. You'll get a shield that has just, 4% extra range defense, which is great, but it's a bit, it's a bit meh. This Kopesh looks amazing. I cannot wait to have my peasant horde and really start to use a greater variety of weapons. trying a two-handed cleaver build is going to be super, super interesting. And these barbarian weapons, I don't want to guess too much about what it's going to be like. I want to see the stats on them first. But I mean, come on, look at them. They look amazing. God, I can't wait. Alright friends, thanks for watching. This is Devblog 117, named equipment. Not a big one, but an interesting one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out some of my playthroughs on my YouTube channel if you're interested. It's always entertaining to watch me fail and get guys killed. This this Warriors of the North DLC can't come soon enough. Right friends, I'll see you on the battlefield. See you next time.